all I know is Elon Musk, and I think one of the other most richest
Go
people in the
Elon.
world.
Send in a Tesla to space.
If they are saying ban AI right now in all caps, you better ban it.
Better ban AI.
Or
First
right.
official,
first episode, yeah.
first official podcast. You
I'm
know,
excited.
we did the Dr. Pepper podcast on Instagram, and now we're bringing it on with the Hi, my name is podcast that we're going to be trying to promote on Instagram and YouTube. But it's exciting, yeah, for sure. You know, Josh, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, no. Since first episode, little intro. I was from College Station, Texas, where I grew up. I started playing tennis at a young age. That's where I met this guy at a tennis ranch where we coached for 5 years, or 4 or 5 years, and yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Learned a lot, and now we're working together in Georgetown. So.
Yeah, I see you're wearing a Dallas Cowboys jersey. Are you a fan of a team that constantly loses, or
Yeah, no.
Tell us about that.
The Cowboys, they definitely have had some trouble over the last multiple decades, but I'm still a big fan.
It's sad when it's multiple decades.
No,
you know, so
they just had a couple hiccups, and by couple I mean like 15.
Tony Romo, Dak Prescott,
every single year after the 90s. But no, yeah, this is our year. We'll get back into it. But yeah, why don't you talk a little bit about the tennis stuff?
Mention, God, I hear these kids, and
yeah.
I was hoping these mics wouldn't pick them up, but you know what? Hope one of them falls. That way we can get a good cry for the audience.
Oh my goodness.
And
it's terrible.
Dude, fuck them kids, man. You know?
Yeah.
I hate that. That's the only thing I don't like about living in this apartment is my balcony is right next to a freaking playground, so I hear kids screaming and yelling after 4 o'clock every single day.
Every pod we film, it's going to be perfect, and then right when we start filming, it's just
going to be
yelling,
just screaming and yelling. But all right, well, yeah, guys, my name's Nick. 27 years old. I met this guy a few years back. Like you said, we were working at a tennis ranch. You know, right now, originally, I guess you can say I'm from San Antonio, but moved up to Georgetown about 6 months ago. It's quiet. I love it.
Very quiet.
And not too much going on, but I coach tennis. A little too much.
Yeah.
A little too much, but I love it. It's easy. My office is outdoors. If it rains, I don't have to go to work. So, you know, I can't really complain about that.
Pros and cons for sure. But yeah.
But yeah, so now we're here. Excited to get this whole thing started. It's one of many projects that we're trying to handle, and this is the first one, and we'll see how it goes, and that'll kind of help us judge what we decide to do up in the future.
Yeah, no, I mean, we definitely don't want to overwork ourselves. We definitely had that problem in the past with the tennis thing, but
dude, and you know, I mean, with all that going on, this is just really random. But
that's fine.
It was really random. But dude, have you heard of the whole like AI like chatbot thing?
I have. Have you heard?
Do you have your phone with you?
I do actually. Yeah.
Dude, have you seen the AI chatbot on Snapchat?
Yes, dude. I was trying to get it off my phone.
It's so weird. It's so strange. Like
it's literally the first person.
You just have someone to talk to. It's like it seems like Snapchat was just like there's a lot of lonely people out there, so we need to throw out a friend. You know, we gotta throw a friend out and just you got a friend in me.
They have an ability where you can change. You can change the name of the AI.
Yes,
you can make it like Greg.
You can just assign a friend. I mean, like I feel like when we were young and little, a lot of kids had like imaginary friends, and now adults can have a legitimate imaginary friend.
Literally.
It's crazy how accurate it responds to you.
I've never used it, and I never will use it.
You need to use it. No. Use it right now. Use it right now.
Okay.
Go up to it and just say...
Since we're on the podcast.
We're on the podcast, you got to go onto it and just say, hey, how are you? Just say, hey, how are you? That's all you got to do. It's an easy way to start it off.
I need a friend. So I'm going to say,
right now.
Hey, how are you? ? Oh, he's typing right now.
No way. Typing. It's so.
That's crazy. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Doing good. Just
Doing good. Filming a podcast.
it's gonna probably ask you what is it about?
Let's see. This is some behind the scenes of the AI. That's awesome. What's the podcast about?
I freaking
Okay, that's getting weird. That's weird, man.
It's weird, but you know what a lot of people use it for? Well, not really use it for, but I know like they had it in like schools were cracking down on it because you could ask it to write you like an essay. Or like you can ask you to
the chat GPT.
Yeah, for chat GPT. And I actually tried it on the Snapchat UI. And I said, hey, can you write me an essay about World War II? And it said, I cannot write you essays, but I found the workaround where it just said, hey, can you tell me about World War II? And like, I mean, like it was, you know, Germany.
In-depth kind of response.
And can you tell me about World War II and how the Nazis invaded Poland? And then it wrote me like 4 or 5 paragraphs. And I was like, that could be an essay right there. It's creepy. But
it's nuts, dude. And that's on Snapchat.
It's on Snapchat. And I mean, anyone can have access to that, which is crazy. But one of the favorite things is, and this is what a lot of people are worried about, is it can program games. It can create programs for you. Like you can ask it, hey, program, like I did this on my phone. I was experimenting with it. I want to see what it was capable of. And I was like, hey, can you send me the code in HTML of a ball bouncing between the screen on my phone? And it was like, yeah, for sure. And it typed out all the code.
Are you serious?
I found an HTML app that I could download, uploaded the code to it, hit play, and it showed a ball bouncing back and forth.
Not good for people's jobs.
And yeah, it's not good. There was actually someone on YouTube I was watching. And granted, this has been out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe at most.
Really?
Like it gained its popularity over the past 3 weeks.
Wait, ChatGPT?
ChatGPT.
It's
been out around for a decent amount of time,
it's blown up.
But it's
big.
blown up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this guy, he made Flappy Bird. He made a Flappy Bird clone with ChatGPT.
Oh my! That's nuts.
Like he had no programming experience, and he was just telling it every little thing. Hey, I need this, this bird to be able to jump up and down every time I touch the screen. And then it showed him the programming, and then he was like, okay, well, I need these pipes, to be able to go from left to right infinitely. And then every time that the bird hits one of the pipes, then the bird has to fall and it's game over. And he like made everything from the start screen, the loading screen, the gameplay to the game over screen, and then the leaderboard trophy screen. Everything. I mean, he had to do some work to like make the graphics, but all the programming that usually takes a lot of time, it was done in seconds.
That's nuts. Yeah, AI is crazy. This is something I saw recently. Have you heard of the AI Drake songs?
Yes, I have. I've heard of the AI Drake songs. I've also seen the AI. Dude, why am I blanking? Married to Beyonce.
Oh, Jay-Z.
The AI Jay-Z songs.
Dude, they're good.
It's sad.
They're good.
It's
great. Like, Drake, we don't need you anymore, man. We got your voice. We can make any song ever. It's really scary. I think artists, musicians, and game developers, like you just said, are in a really bad spot right now.
And I think what you were saying earlier about the AI being, or the ChatGPT being around for a while, that's been around for a while when it comes to like creating art.
Yeah, that's
been a while. But the whole like programming and like having someone like a consciousness to talk to, that's what's been more in the recent timeline, to where it's evolved to that point.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's just wild. It's wild how you can recreate someone's voice.
It's really nuts. And it's weird because when you're starting to add it to what people do in their everyday life, Snapchat, school, homework assignments, it's becoming a very it's a part of our daily lives now. And so that's the weird part, that it's like starting to infiltrate daily life.
It's crazy. It's going to be Skynet and Terminator, man.
Literally.
Like we're building ourselves up to that point where
I see it as a big negative. A lot of people agree with me, but they're still using it. So it's like, do you see it as a negative?
I mean, I see it as it's interesting, right? I think there needs to be some form of limitation onto it, right? I think it's a great idea to improve your workflow, right? But like I would think more needs to be limited depending on who you are. What can you get out of it? What can you use it for?
All I know,
should be some form of
Sorry.
maybe like permits or
Yeah,
like, stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's where you have to pay to use it versus it just
Mhm.
being a free kind of open source software that it is right now.
Yeah, all I know is Elon Musk, and I think one of the other most richest
Go
people in the
Elon.
world.
Send in a Tesla to space.
If they are saying ban AI right now in all caps, you better ban it.
Better ban AI.
Or it's gonna be, it can turn into something we're not ready for. As
I mean, Elon.
Yeah.
Elon is the god of technology right now, and I would listen to that guy.
Exactly, and if he's saying this is not, we got to stop this right now before it gets out of hand.
I want to say there's a hiatus, like being petitioned by like, is it Bill Gates? I think the guy that, or just Microsoft is trying to put a ban or a hiatus for 6 months on it, like stopping the production or evolution of it and just kind of leaving it how it is, because I mean we're close to
Where it's not, it's a little bit dangerous.
It's a little bit too creepy, little too creepy.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. I don't know. AI's interesting, but we want to bring it back to tennis, maybe.
Yeah, we can bring it back to tennis, dude.
So yeah, me and Nick, we both work at a place in Round Rock, Texas, where we do. How many hours you work?
I only work like 23, 24 hours
23,
a week,
24.
maybe. Sometimes more if I pick up some extra hours, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, so you're like working like double I am right now in the tennis side of things, but we're looking to increase our hours a little bit because we're going to have a 4th court being built there, so that'll be fun. And then kind of summer plans with
summer's going to be wild. It's going to be working like 10 hours a day. If I can work with these summer camps, if y'all looking for tennis lessons, contact us. We got you. Yeah. We won't. It'll be more individualized though, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this place though, it has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
A lot of negative things to say, but also a lot of positive things to say too about this place. And so yeah, I mean, can't really complain too much about it.
Yeah. Most places are like that. I mean,
we did hire this one new guy. I'm not going to say any names, right? But he's an interesting character.
Yeah, I feel like all the people that
they're all interesting,
including us.
Yeah, including us. I'm
but yeah,
definitely kind of a much more serious coach out there. Had some complaints. I've had a lot of compliments though.
Yeah,
and so
I've had a few complaints recently about myself that I need to adapt a little bit, but yeah, no, everybody has their complaints, and especially at a place like that where there's a lot of clients that come in, everybody's going to have something to say at some point. So it's like, but no, the job's great. It's been going well for both of us.
It's fun, dude. So I went to go watch a tournament.
Yeah, you're telling me about that.
I went to go watch a tournament for some of our younger kids that were playing, and the girl that I coach, again, I won't say names, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
She this poor girl, dude, she twisted her ankle in her 3rd match, fought through it, right?
Yeah.
And then she ended up, because of it, she lost her balance, she fell on her arm, and she dislocated her elbow.
And this was recent?
This was like 2 days ago.
Oh my God. How long is she going to be out?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure she'll be fine. She'll be back in a week. They popped the elbow. They popped it back in place. They had to take her to the ER. But
that's rough.
But I wasn't there for it, right? Because I only went to go see the first 2 matches because I had to come back for work.
Yeah.
And then then her dad called me to kind of update me in the middle of a lesson too, and I was just like, sorry, I need to take this. And luckily it didn't last that long. But yeah, dude, like that was crazy. The wind though was awful. It was bad.
The wind at the tournament?
The wind at the tournament was awful.
I know. I wasn't at
the wind this whole week has just been been so bad.
I feel like it's been the midday, early morning wind has been nuts.
Yeah, and for those of y'all that don't know, when it comes to wind, that's like a tennis player's worst nightmare. Wind, sun, we can get through that, right? Cold, heat, we can get through that. But when there's wind, that's where
indoor courts for rain.
Yeah, we have ways to adjust. Rain too. I mean, rain for us, we don't have indoor courts where we are right now.
Yeah.
So rain and wind, those are our enemies. I would honestly say wind more than rain.
Oh, 100%.
Because rain can dry up, but wind tends to last for,
especially
a whole day to several days at a time.
Especially with like the young kids, because for those that don't know, the younger the kids, use lighter, sometimes in some cases bigger tennis balls so they can hit the ball.
But the wind just
if
picks
the
them
wind,
up.
if the wind comes in, they fly everywhere, and so it's an interesting situation when you're working with a 5-year-old and it's going 20 miles an hour or however fast.
Dang, that guy's driving down there. He's got music bumping.
Music, yeah, that was nice. Hey, the kids left.
Yeah, the kids did leave. I noticed that about maybe 10 minutes ago. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's quiet.
I
Thank God.
just now realized that, but yeah.
This guy's jamming out to his Mexicana music over there, you know.
That's funny.
But yeah, dude, there's some weird people in this apartment complex. There are some strange fellas.
I wasn't going to say anything,
no,
but
you can.
But yeah, no, every time I come here, I'll get approached with just like, hey, where are you going? And I'm just I'm going that way.
Yeah, I had one guy who was just like, what car do you drive? And I'm just like, he's like, you drive that black car? I was like, no. And then he kind of almost followed me for a little bit. And I got to my car and then he turned around and I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's strange. Like, you trying to scout out my car to break into it later or what?
Yeah.
I'm always keeping an eye on my car.
It's so weird. We live not that far from each other in my apartment complex. Same level. They're both nice apartment complexes. But I just feel like the people here compared to there, a little bit more sketch.
More on the kind of ghetto sketch side.
Don't want to be too loud, but
yeah, it's okay, dude. These people are.
But yeah, no, nothing against that. It's just I've definitely been approached a few times.
Yeah, dude, I'm approached all the time, where I get dirty looks, like the little bit of the eyes kind of squinting as they look at me.
Oh,
and I'm like, dude, I'm the most normal looking guy here.
Yeah. Or
what's up with that?
Or the high five when you're walking by somebody and you're just like, I did what?
I don't know you. Oh, dang. Yeah. Kids are back. I saw one.
Uh-oh. The munchkins.
The little munchkins. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Anything else?
I got work in a couple hours.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, when I say a couple hours, I'm going to use your phone. Check the time, 4:22. Oh, we missed 4:20, man.
Unfortunate. Little
that's
420 segment.
Yeah, little 420 segment. Definitely excited for future podcasts, you know.
Dude, yeah, no. It's weird. It's our first official.
I'll have to look on the YouTube terms and conditions for because we'd like to be out here. We have our coffee, but maybe have a drink or something out here.
Oh yeah, night episodes.
Yeah, we're gonna have night episodes. I mean, I think honestly, we might eventually in the future we might just migrate completely to maybe
that might be our vibe.
Every other episode is a night. You know, we're looking to get a sign for up here to kind of just display. Sign, just kind of pull up the vibe. You know, we want to have a good vibe while we're here. And go from there. I know in the future we're looking to get an apartment together, so that'll honestly make this so much easier.
So much easier because we could literally
easier because
have our tennis time, have our other work stuff, and then podcast
time, and then we're trying to get a tennis YouTube channel started, but who knows when that'll happen. We need to gauge and make sure that we can handle the workload.
Exactly. Don't want to just throw ourselves to the wolves right off the bat, but even though it's exciting and we want to do that, it's just not realistic, especially if we've never posted on YouTube in this kind of sense before. So
yeah, well, I think that's really it. Any final words you wanna say to the audience? I know I have a couple things.
Yeah, I'll add a couple things just before I pass it off to you as our little outro. But no, I feel like I need a little better intro of myself. I mentioned where I was from, what I'm doing. I'm also into sports cards, so I'm doing a lot of sports cards, traveling, going to card shows, stuff like that. So that's something that's a huge passion of mine. Hence the Cowboys jersey I'm wearing. That's another thing that I'm super big on. But yeah, I'm just kind of living in Texas and enjoying life. So that's kind of my intro for this first podcast. Excited for the
excited for the rest of them. Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely, like I said, excited for the future of this podcast. If there's any topics that y'all want us to kind of talk about, I know a lot of podcasts are very niche, a little centralized. We're trying to go for just a little bit of everything. Yeah. But have every podcast kind of focused on that. We might stray off a little bit, but we'll try and find our way back to the conversation. Yeah. But yeah, so if there's anything that y'all want to talk about or y'all want to hear us talk about, or any questions, you know, put them down in the comments down below. You know, whether if you're on Instagram, comment down. You know, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know, put in the comments. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit that notification bell. That way, you know,
Dude,
you can be let known whenever we do post a new video, and that way, you know, we can grow this community together. But I'm excited, man. It'll be good.
Yeah, like you said, just before we say peace, yeah, we're trying to keep it kind of vague. Like, we'll talk about fun things, sometimes more serious, like what you were saying, more niche, but
might have some guests on every once in a while.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and figure that out. The layout
might have to change a little bit, but
might have to change up a little bit.
But yeah, no, yeah, I just want to make it more about just kind of hanging out, just a chill podcast, nothing too crazy. So that's kind of our goal with this. So
all right, well, let's end it there. You know, thanks for joining in. Like I said, like and subscribe. You know, hit that follow button. You know, whatever platform you're watching us on, and we'll see y'all later.
Yeah,
all right.
See you guys. Peace.
Peace.
Boom.